vest on and I've been to the toilet and I can always remember my phone number if I get lost.
Where are you going?
Nowhere near there.
You don't know what I'm going to say yet.
I don't care. I'm not going anywhere near wherever it is you're going to say.
Just post these for me.
No.
Well, why not?
Because I'm going to the match.
But it's on your way.
No, the postbox is not on my way. The postbox is that way, and I'm going that way.
There are other post boxes.
I'm not carrying that lot till I find another postbox.
Why flaming not?
Because I don't want to.
You're making it very hard for me to love you.
Do I look concerned?
Fine. Good. Go to the match.
I am.
Right. I hope you
have a nice time.
Get run over by a bus. I don't mean that.
Mrs. Grayshot?
Yes. What is it?
Do you have a son, Joe?
He's been run over by a bus, hasn't he?
What?
It's all my fault. Was it a number 9?
He hasn't been run over by a bus.
Oh, hasn't he? What are you doing here, then?
Do you mind if I come in?
Well, yes, tell me what happened.
What, on the doorstep?
Yes, for God, please. Tell me what's happened to Joe.
Well, nothing physical.
Oh?
Your son has been arrested.
For what?
Threatening behaviour.
I don't believe it.
It's true.
Oh, please, stupid behaviour, yes. Oh, I'm so sorry. You better come in.
Must I?
Please, go through there. Sit down. Where was this?
Tottenham Hotspur football ground, madam. Apparently he was using what my sergeant likes to call unparliamentary language in the presence of lady supporters.
He was swearing.
Well, I'm not sure of the exact nature of the offence, but a complaint was made.
Must have been when Arsenal scored.
Beg your pardon.
Well, where is he now?
He's at Tottenham Police Station.
In a cell?
Interview room, I should think. It's not quite the Sweeney, madam.
No. Well, should I go and see him, then?
Well, my information is that he'll be let off with a caution and sent home. And no doubt you will have something to say to him.
Very perceptive of you.
So this, you starting a customer complaints department?
Liza's interviewing nannies.
Why is she doing it at her place?
She says she doesn't want common people violating her inner sanctum. I'm just quoting, you understand.
So she's going to have a nanny living in, is she?
Yeah. I don't think Liza's designed for 24-hour motherhood.
Surprised she's not sending the baby off to boarding school at birth.
And you are?
Margaret Sweeney, Miss
Ferrari.
Miss Ferrari. 2 years in New York with a banker's family and their twins, and most recently 3 years in Bath with a lady much like yourself.
You mean an independent career woman?
No, I meant a single mother. I can drive, cook, and I'm an accomplished pianist.
Yes, fine. Do you own a shell suit?
Yes, I've got a couple, as a matter of fact. One's turquoise and gold, and the other's, well, this is the jacket, actually. I find them ever so convenient around the house.
Next!
I've come about the job.
And what makes you think you can do it?
Well, I'm quite experienced.
I may need some evidence of that.
Well, I never lose my temper, and I'm very strong.
Excuse me, Bill.
When can you start?
Today?
Well, that is rather premature. But then I suppose we'll need a little time to get to know each other.
Have you come about the job?
Richard, you mind? I'm conducting an interview.
I have come about the job, yeah.
You see?
And I've got it, according to your assistant here.
I am not an assistant.
Sorry, staff supervisor?
Are you Scott Newcomb?
That's me.
I think he's come about the bar person job.
No, he hasn't.
Haven't you?
Yes, of course.
Well, if you'd like to come through to the back, we can talk about it.
But I thought I'd already had the interview.
Well, that was a misunderstanding, shall we?
Richard, he's mine. I want him for a nanny. And he came to me. I saw him first.
Do you want to be a nanny?
I think I'll just leave it for now, if it's all the same to you.
Now look what you've done.
Well, you weren't seriously going to entrust the care of our baby to some itinerant drifter, were you?
There are other things I might have wanted him to do for me.
But I can do everything else.
Yes. Not quite as often as I'd like.
Do you think I should have gone after her?
You know what I think? You should never have gone after her in the first place.
I've been reading up on it. Apparently, these violent mood swings, they're quite normal in pregnancy.
It's got nothing to do with her being pregnant. She's like this all the time.
She'll change when the baby's born.
She's got you running round like a flunky, and she hasn't even said whether you're the father of this child, has she?
She's just teasing.
She's stringing you along, and Callum and anybody else will let her get away with it.
Did she treat you like this when you were married to her?
Of course she didn't. You know she didn't. I've told you. You've got to stand up to her, or she'll despise you.
I try, Bill. Ever so hard.
Richard, my car's been towed away. Drive me home.
I'll get you a taxi, tell her.
Richard!
I'll get you a home as soon as I can. Oh, damn.
Hi. How's things?
Your brother's got arrested.
And how do you feel about it?
Well, what's it to you?
He's outside. He said he's not coming in till he knows what kind of reception he's going to get.
Well, tell him not to expect a standing ovation and a brass band.
Mum, he was only swearing.
I know what he's done, thank you.
He just got picked on, that's all.
You his lawyer?
You're going to kill him, aren't you?
Not immediately, no. I shall torture a confession out of him first.
Just think about what he could have been doing.
I'm thinking about what he's done.
He could have been stealing cars, taking drugs, mugging old ladies.
Oh, really? You think he's capable of all those things as well, do you?
I just think you should be grateful.
Oh, thank you, God. My son's just a minor criminal.
Are you going to leave him out there all night?
And tomorrow.
If I tell him he can come in, will you just give him a chance to explain?
No.
Please?
Has he offered you money for all this?
Yes.
And you've taken it?
Well, no, I get paid on results.
All right, Mum?
Yeah, I think so. Mum's just...
All right, Mum. All right, Mum. Don't you all right, Mum, me.
Paved the way nicely then, thank you.
1 minute you're going to a football match and the next you're a hardened criminal.
Mum, he's not a criminal.
Shut up.
Mum, I was just doing what everybody else was doing. There happened to be a policeman behind me, and I didn't see him. I was unlucky.
And that's your defence?
No, that's what happened.
What if you'd murdered someone? Why? I was unlucky a policeman saw me.
I didn't murder anyone.
It may be swearing today, Joe, but tomorrow it could
Oh,
be...
that puts you well on the way to a life sentence then.
What?
Well, you're always parking on double yellow lines.
Very true.
And feeding the meter.
Yeah, and you told the traffic warden you were a doctor once.
Will you keep out of this?
I'm not even in your class, Mum.
Listen, I did not get arrested.
You've got a whole drawer full of parking tickets.
It's not the same thing.
Well, it's not far off,
You're
though.
not taking this seriously.
And I think you're taking it too seriously.
I'm going to get changed.
For what?
Well, I'm going out tonight.
Oh, really? You going out to celebrate your criminal record, have a bit of a laugh about it?
Mum, that's enough. I think you've made your point.
Well, I haven't heard one word of an apology or remorse.
I apologise. I'm remorseful.
And you don't mean that? I can hear you smiling.
X-ray is.
You're showing a very nasty side to your nature lately.
And yet my mother is such a saintly, kind person.
And I've had just about enough of your lip.
And I've had enough of yours.
Well, get out then!
Why don't you throw the yellow pages? At least then I can look up accommodation agencies.
You'll need more than that.
Should I sit down for this?
Lie down if you can find the room.
OK, then. What's happened?
Joe got arrested for swearing at Tottenham. Where are you going?
Back to the off licence.
Right, he was let off with a caution.
But he got the red card at home.
He and Mum had a real fight. She threw him out.
So he's gone.
Nope, but Mum has.
What?
Well, she told Joe to go, but he wouldn't. You know what he's like, stubborn. So she's standing outside the bathroom door steaming, and she said if he wasn't going, she flaming was because she'd had enough. Yell first, think later.
Was she left just for that?
No. Also, we don't appreciate her. We take her for granted. We wouldn't be able to cope if she wasn't here. Oh, yeah, and I left the grill on, usual stuff.
So she's packed her bags?
Not very well. Halter neck bra, feather boa, plimsolls. She's going to look a real wow if she stays away long enough to change her clothes.
Well, where's she gone?
I reckon once round the block, then into the park where she's having a good old sulk beside the fish pond.
No, she isn't! I forgot my Carmen rollers.
I mean, you wanted to make sure you got a proper audience for your big exit.
What's all this about?
Look, it's got nothing to do with you, Bill.
Good. You fancy a drink?
Oh, the first big test.
No, thank you.
All right, Mum.
Don't you speak to me!
Oh, that suits me.
You wait till you've got children of your own. And
If I have children of my own, I'll let them do exactly what they like.
Oh, they'll grow up really sensible then, won't they?
Come on. Joe, how about an apology?
I've already done all of that, and it wasn't the right kind of apology.
No, because you didn't mean it.
She wants me to grovel.
So grovel?
No.
There you are, you see? He wouldn't do anything for me. Well, I am going somewhere I am appreciated.
The off licence.
Don't try and make me change my mind.
Right.
I've labelled all the food in the freezer. The dustman comes on Thursdays. And don't try to follow me.
Cheers.
There's a good boy, aren't you? Yes, come on then. Come get your food. Morning.
Morning.
Well, I knew no one would give him a proper walk, you know, round the park. It was nice. We saw Kaiser, the pointer.
Didn't notice you in the bed last night.
Well, you wouldn't. I've left, haven't I?
So I see.
I'm not stopping. Oh, by the way, there's a banana yogurt in the fridge. If you don't use it, it'll go off.
I'll remember that. Fancy a cup of tea?
Now I must go. Look, I'm not coming back, Bill, until they really miss me.
Could be quite some time then.
Do you think that?
Well, you left enough meals in the freezer for a fortnight.
How was the spaghetti bolognese?
Delicious. Where are you staying?
No, please, don't try and drag it out of me.
Hillary's.
I might be.
I just wanted to know where to send your mail.
Oh, have I got some?
No.
All right. Goodbye, then.
What are you doing about work?
Well, I've got all my stuff at Hillary's.
Good thinking.
Look, I'm not getting at you, Bill. I'm sorry if it's difficult for you.
It's not difficult.
Well, I meant at night. I mean, I'm sure you miss me.
Oh, I did, yes.
It's just that they're always doing stupid things. I never know where they are. Let them worry about me for a change.
I couldn't agree more.
And just leave the washing up. Let them see who does it.
I usually do.
And the hoovering, just ignore it.
You usually do.
Let them discover what it's like to have no one to borrow money from.
You never have any money.
Oh, look, I tell you what, we were a bit... You were a bit low on butter.
Oh, cheers.
I'll see you.
Is that Mum?
Yes?
Oh, is she back then?
No?
Oh, good. I can borrow a black jumper.
Well, I'm delighted that you've accepted the position.
Thank you, madam.
I'm prepared to put a small car at your disposal. Do you drive, Miss Clare?
I don't, madam. I feel that foot leather is a perfectly acceptable mode of transport. And Her Royal Highness always agreed with me.
Well, I'm absolutely of the same mind as Her Royal Highness. Now, you will, of course, have your own room.
Please, don't ask me to feel one of the family.
No?
No. I prefer to keep my place, if you understand.
How very reassuring.
There's a lowering of standards, in my opinion. Far too much fraternizing.
You've noticed it, too.
I shall wear my uniform at all times.
Oh, yes, that sounds most appropriate.
I was offered another position, but the lady of the house wished me to call her by her Christian name.
How very lax.
So, I hope you won't mind if I call you Madam, Madam.
I shall do my very best to get used to the idea.
And I wish to be addressed as Nanny Klebb.
Oh, that sounds splendid. Nanny Klebb. Oh, Bill.
Yes?
Bill, come and meet Nanny Klebb.
Oh, hello.
How do you do?
This is Bill. Bill is my...
I understand you're not married. It's not for me to judge, of course. My only concern is to create a proper environment for the baby. So I'll call you sir, and you madam, if that's acceptable.
Perfectly.
Would you excuse me?
Oh, of course, sir. I look forward to working for you.
A Scotch, please, Richard. And would you mind nipping over and telling the nanny from hell that Liza and I have nothing to do with each other?
Always the messenger boy.
Oh, I'm sorry, Richard. It's just I've got it coming at me from all sides at the minute.
Trouble?
Faith's left home.
Faith? Well, what did you do to upset... I mean, why did you... Well, not that I'm implying that it was your fault.
Well, it wasn't my fault. She had a row with Joe. She told him to get out. He wouldn't, so she left.
Well, I'm sorry, but it just sounds a little unlikely.
And it's crazy, isn't it?
Well, you don't seem too perturbed by it all. How long's she been gone?
Difficult to say. She's in and out like a sailor on shore leave. She sneaked in last night to wind the clock up.
So what's she trying to prove?
She wants Joe to worry about her and say he's sorry.
Well, teenage boys are never easy. I know I gave my mother sleepless nights. I remember camping in the back garden once. And Mummy came out to see if I was all right, and I wasn't there.
Nipped into town for a pint, eh?
No. I'd gone back up to bed. Here, Wiggs.
What do you fancy this time?
What have you got?
Chili con carne or chili con carne.
Both those sound all right. I'll have this one. What is it?
It's chili.
Telling me.
Somewhere in here is a prawn and asparagus lasagna.
I'm not really into Italian. Have you got any curry?
No, that went yesterday. Chris and Daniel came to dinner.
Oh, how nice. Who did the table decorations?
We had a pleasant evening. We watched Bloodstone Subspecies 2 and came 2 blackcurrant cheesecakes.
Such the event of the year, no doubt.
I don't know why mothers make such a big deal about having people around. You just defrost something, get a video in, and everybody's happy. Where's the problem?
Have you ever thought of leaving home?
You kidding? When there's still stuff in the freezer?
I mean, we could get a flat together in the foreseeable. Yeah, man, it would be cool. No hassles, and we know we can cook. So what else is there?
The washing.
Oh, take it home once a week.
Yeah, well, the best think of that. What have you got to eat? Oh, chili.
No, get off. Have a pizza.
Do you reckon I should give Karen a bell? See if she fancies coming over a Paula?
No. Women start taking over. They think they know everything about food.
And they want to sit at the table and all that.
It's not like we need women to help us make a simple meal now, is it?
How'd you cook chili?
You grill it. Stupid.
Obviously.
Well, that all sounds most satisfactory.
Thank you, madam. I look forward to receiving that in writing. Now, if you'll excuse me, I just want to powder my nose. That way.
Staff can be so exhausting, can't they? Banana milkshake, Richard.
And where did your staff get the idea that I was the father of your child?
Oh, yes. Wasn't that funny?
No.
She somehow latched onto you. I think she rather took to the idea of working for you.
Well, you better tell her that she's not.
There's no hurry. I don't want to confuse her. She's perfect for me. We share exactly the same views on child rearing.
Oh, you mean you're going to give the baby to her at birth and pick it up on its 18th birthday, do you?
Some of us believe that a child needs a firm hand from a very early age. Nanny Klebb has strong views on discipline and will take no nonsense.
From you?
From my child. I imagine Faith's offspring had a highly undisciplined upbringing.
Liza, teenagers can be difficult, whatever their background.
I was never difficult. And I'm sure it was because I had a strict upbringing. It did me no harm.
Care to take a vote on that?
You don't have to have a nanny, you know.
Oh, yes, I do.
I'm quite happy to be a house husband.
Richard, you are not my husband.
Well, a stay-at-home daddy, then. I'm quite prepared to change nappies and sing lullabies, and it would mean we could be together.
Rather too much, I fear.
I miss so much of Christopher's childhood. I want to be around for this baby.
It is my baby. I don't want you looking after it. You've absolutely no idea about discipline.
I always left the discipline to you. You seem to want it that way.
Richard, I'm talking about child rearing. Nanny Klebb says an obedient child is a happy child.
Well, I was an obedient child, but I wasn't very happy.
Yes, but you had so many other disadvantages. You see, my nanny always
Your
used to
nanny?
Yes.
You never had a nanny. Your father told me Mrs. Jones from the corner shop used to come in when they went to bingo.
Bingo? I did not go to bingo. It was bridge. And it was not a corner shop. It was a delicatessen.
I distinctly remember him saying bingo. We were standing in his pigeon loft, a bottle of stout in our hands.
He did not have a pigeon loft. It was...
Yes?
It was a dovecote.
Thank you, Liza, for rising to the bait as usual. You've made my day. See you tomorrow.
Bye, Bill.
I wonder, madam, if you could direct me to the nearest bus stop.
Oh, now, where have I seen one of those recently?
Where do you want to go to, Nanny?
South of the river.
Oh, Bill's going there. Bill, you're going to the suburbs, aren't you? You can drop Nanny off.
Which suburb?
Well, does it matter? They're all grouped together, aren't they? Miles from anywhere interesting.
Please, don't trouble yourself, sir. I'm sure you and Madam have lots to discuss.
Madam and I have already discussed, but I would be delighted to drop you off.
Then I accept with grateful thanks.
I don't know what Madam has told you, but this baby has got nothing to do with me.
A child can warm the sternest heart. After you, sir.
Good grief! All right, Bill.
What on earth's going on?
I was just taking it easy. You know Doug, don't you? This is Ian, Keith and Trev.
But you said you were going to clear up.
Yeah, but there weren't any witnesses.
Right, you lot, out.
What, is Mum back?
No, Mum is not back. I'm back.
Do you fancy some chili?
No, I do not fancy some chili.
You had a bad day at the office. Do you want to talk about it?
I will give you 1 minute.
What? And then you'll terminate us?
I want you all to leave. Now.
I've heard all about you, young man. Stand up straight. Shake hands.
Hello.
What is it this time? Come to replace the dog's water?
I'm back.
For how long?
For good.
Really?
Yes, well, Hannah said you were suffering, and I can see that you're... Bill?
Oh, sorry. That was close.
Yes, I can see that you're inconsolable.
So, why have you come back now?
Well, obviously, I can see you'd rather I came back at the end of the film. But I thought, why should you and I be made to suffer? Me away from home and you deprived of my company.
How long was it? 36 hours?
Oh, it seemed longer.
You did?
Yes, to me. Oh, looks very nice downstairs. You did it, I suppose.
No, Joe did.
How'd you manage that? Bribe him?
No, he was just told a few home truths.
Like what?
Unhappy is the home where chaos reigns.
And that did it?
Actually, I'm glad you're back.
Are you?
Come here. That's it. Now you sit there. Reception's much better.